Manchester Students' Home is a free housing service for students whereby they can search available properties online. The primary user group are university students within the Manchester geographic looking for houses and halls to rent. These students have good website knowledge. The main task I focused on was searching for a private rented hall between £95 and £110 a week. Other members focused on other tasks in which we collaborated our findings. Other members of our team focused on other tasks and user groups in which we collaborated our findings. Other user groups who may use this website include international students, landlords or agents, and parents of the students. We also focused on other tasks such as find a house between £95 and £110 a week, find and inquire about a student property, inquire about finding a new housemate, and find a credible landlord to rent from. Before starting the cognitive walkthrough, one must complete a written list of actions to complete a task, otherwise known as a happy path. When conducting the task, I encountered our first usability problem. There was two ways of searching for private halls. An expert review is a method where one reviewer examines a design to identify usability problems. The expert review was conducted at both university and home, where distraction levels were high. The review was also conducted on a HP laptop operating on Windows 10. The first problem encountered was that there was two ways to search for private halls, resulting in the same content but different formatting. The side navigation options are complex and could simply be subcategorized to open up more white space. As soon as a user opens a homepage, they are bombarded with excess information which could be placed lower down the page. When using the form, two drop boxes were of notice. On the rent drop box, the price range is too slim of a margin. As the task is to find a property between £95 and £110, I had to conduct multiple searches which became annoying and long processed. The rent figures do not indicate if it is per person or per house. On the area option, too many locations were listed which a user may not be familiar with. I would suggest that adding a radius option from certain university buildings would improve the user's experience. When the form is completed, the user enters the results page. My first impressions are that there is too much information per advert which should be condensed. The images are dull and boring. The user will typically be attracted by the aesthetics of the house they want to rent. The formatting of each advert made it hard to read on certain areas of the advert. There are also too many filters to choose from. The filters are also located on the right side of the advert but do not stand out, as it just looks like the side navigation bar. Upon choosing your property, the user again is bombarded with excess and boring text, something they would be hesitant to read. The page length for each advert is too long and could be condensed using drop-down boxes. Links to the supplier's website are small and hidden away, a problem for when the user wants a more detailed view of the property. Each page is also dull and aesthetically unpleasing. The other methods to search in private halls outputted a different formatted page. On this page, the images are too small and could be increased in size. The key system could be developed further to indicate what property features are included of interest to the user, such as TV size. The map and guide functions are not embedded correctly within the current page. The key themes from the expert review are as followed. Text information is too lengthy and could be condensed. The side navigation is vague and took up too much space. The form drop-down boxes were too vague and increased the steps took in the happy path. From these themes, we have narrowed down our scope to focus on 3 pages: the home page, results page, and the advert page. A heuristic evaluation is a method of reviewing a site's usability against accepted usability values. In this case, I will be focusing on Jacob Nielsen's 10 heuristic principles. Consistency and standards. There are 2 ways of searching private halls which will confuse the user. My recommendation is to remove the side navigation option bar to open up more white space. Flexibility and efficiency of use. The properties available change when the user changes their housing preference. I would like to keep a similar system. Aesthetic and minimalist design. Too much information is given to the user straight away. I would recommend moving this text below the form or create a About Us page. Consistency and standards. The wording for this option is vague. House hunting will confuse the consumer as this is the sole purpose of the website. I'd recommend changing the wording to something more applicable, such as about renting. Help and documentation. It was easy to find information regarding fees and bills. Consistency and standards. Price ranges are not a definitive figure and will confuse the user as they are price sensitive. Match between system and the real world. Add to hot list is not standard terminology. Something more applicable such as save property should be used. Aesthetic and minimalist design. Too much unnecessary information initially displayed. Only important information to the user should be displayed such as price, picture and location. User control and freedom. Function allows users to return to the results page without losing their unique preferences. Match between system and real world. Vague language the user would not understand should be reworded or simply delete the button. Aesthetic and minimalist design. Too much unnecessary information before the user views the image. Text could be categorized and listed below the images. When gorilla testing, we interviewed 5 people who fit our target audience. We chose 5 people as Nielsen recommends this will find most usability problems. The location of each gorilla test varied, including the MMU student hub, a vibrant pub and student houses. Distraction levels were medium to high as plenty was happening around the testing area. Each test was stuck on a 14-inch Windows HP laptop whilst running the OBS Studio software. When gorilla testing, we have developed a set of objectives. We aim to gather constructive feedback from the public domain on our 3-page scope when looking to rent a house. We also aim to further solidify our understanding of usability problems by asking the public domain a series of questions. We hope by asking users of our target audience, we can establish new and important features they may want to add to the website. From our objectives, we have developed a mission statement to determine the direction of our gorilla testing. When gorilla testing, we aim to establish new usability problems the Manchester Student Home website gives the user. Our goal is to further solidify our understanding of usability problems previously established from an expert review to help us design a better user experience. We constructed a scenario, a set of questions and prompts for the testers so we could develop a deeper understanding of previous usability problems established from the expert review. The questions were formed to find issues from the 3 pages we are focusing on. 3 out of 5 users note there was too much information to take in on each of the 3 pages, something they expressed they wouldn't read or appreciate as it was too lengthy.
First impression is there's a lot of text here initially. Maybe they could just do with a little drop down menu or a search bar rather than all these on the side.
Repeats itself a lot though as well, because like she says what she has in there, but then it also like repeats itself as in what it has there.
Every respondent noted that the side navigation was aesthetically unpleasing. 3 out of 5 respondents thought that the overall site presentation was boring and that the colour scheme could be reworked.
It's a bit ugly.
What do you mean by ugly?
Everything's just in the same just like words, and it's just like all the same font, just like.
But this over here is ugly. Don't like the colour scheme.
There's a lot going on with the site, so it might be a little bit confusing with, like, there's a lot of taskbars and kind of feedback. And
when asked about what they would search for the most when looking for properties, 3 main features were of top priority for students: location, price and overall look of the property.
Foremost when you search for a property?
Probably the price and the location.
As students are attracted to the images, a main issue is that the image quality of each advert is poor and wouldn't attract students to the house.
How small that photo is. Don't want a photo that small.
Quality, because that is the first thing that I would look for when searching for a property.
As price is an important aspect when choosing a property, the respondents raised their concerns as the rent and deposit figures were vague and didn't illustrate the true price.
Bigger, really? Is it £74 or is it £84? I want to know. I want to know what I'm paying. Half rent for summer concession, but you know, what's half of the rent? Because it could be half at 84 or half at 74.
3 out of 5 of our respondents noticed that the drop-down boxes were vague and confusing. One member asked, does the figure include all of the rent?
When looking at area, I think they could have add radius into it, maybe like 5-10 mile radius. These here on the rent bit, what you can choose from, they're quite a slim margin from what you can choose, so I'd rather it just be like 70 to 100 or something like that. So otherwise I'd have to do about 3 different searches.
How any of these areas are. There should be a thing where it's like near universities, you know.
A/B testing is a method of comparing 2 versions of a design to determine which one performs better. Following the earlier usability issues established from the 2 previous testing methods, I have introduced A/B testing to present new designs made in accordance to the user group's recommendations and feedback. I have used the Usability Hub as a platform to share my A/B tests. The recruitment link was shared to 20 participants fitting my chosen user group. The objective of A/B testing is to identify which design performs better to generate an improved user experience. The first A/B test is a navigation design, B being the new design proposed. 75% of 20 respondents preferred the new design. From these results, I am confident to use this new design in my improvement section. The second test is the drop-down box design, A being the old design used by Manchester students' homes. 14 out of 20 respondents favoured the new design I have recommended. The third test focuses on the overall appearance, colour scheme and aesthetics of the design. A being the new proposed design. A huge 90% of participants preferred the new design, something I will certainly use in my recommendations. The fourth test focuses on the features allowing the user to change their results view. B is the new design I have proposed. 75% of 20 respondents favoured the new design proposed, a subtle feature allowing the user to choose how they view the listings. The fifth test focuses on the extra filters feature, with A being the new design. 70% of participants preferred the new design over the old. The next test focuses on the aesthetics and visual appearance of the house listings, A being the old design and B being the new. A huge 95% of participants preferred the new design, something I will certainly be incorporating into my new design and recommendations. The seventh feature focuses on the font and appearance of the copy displayed on the house listings, with B being the new design made. 15 out of 20 respondents fed back saying they much prefer the new design, which is design B. The next A/B test focuses on how a user group can save, inquire and visit the agent's website, a problem established prior to this testing method. A huge 85% of respondents preferred the new design proposed, something I am confident in incorporating into my final designs. The last test focuses on the images and general appearance of the house advertisement page, A being the old design used. A huge 95% of respondents fed back that they much prefer the new design used. The results established from the A/B testing stage will help me finalise and solidify my efforts when producing a new and improved user experience of Manchester student homes. The following section includes my recommendations and solutions arising from the 3 previous testing methods, all of which were developed on Photoshop and Adobe UXD. The first aspect improved is the navigation, in which I have reworked the top navigation bar. The side navigation has also been scrapped, which has opened up masses of white space. A more aesthetically pleasing design has been put into place by reworking the colour scheme and using images within the website. Minimum and maximum price budgets have also been implemented. There are now less areas to choose from. A search radius from locations has also been implemented, a feature many suggested to use. The useful property feature which feeds back how many available properties will be used again. This page is the next page I have focused on. Again, I have removed the side navigation. Only price, location and amenities of interest will be displayed. The toolbar on top allows the user to complete a new search within the page. Extra filters of particular interest to students have been included in a subtle drop-down box. As location is important to the target audience, the option to display listing in map view and this view has been embedded within the page. Options such as price descending, ascending and most popular have been included, allowing the user to simplify and personalise their searching experience. Each image used within the website is of better quality. The landlord and agent details are illustrated to the right of each listing. This sidebar allows users to save the property or send it to a friend. I included this send it to a friend feature as many students will want to share their favourite houses among their friendship group. The sidebar also allows users to visit the website of the landlord or agent. There is also an option to allow users to return to the last search preferences. There are also several thumbnails of images shown in slideshow format. Street view and maps are included so that the user group can get an accurate view of the surroundings of the houses, something important to many students. Lower down the page, only important information is included. This text does not repeat itself like previous designs and is designed in bullet point format. Places of interest have also been included in bullet point formatting, something important to the student demographic. A drop-down box has been added to save page length. The drop-down box includes additional features included in each house, such as vacuums, irons, cookers and more. With 52% of people saying bad UX design will result in less engagement with the website and the average attention span decreasing from 12 to 8 seconds, it's imperative that Manchester Students' Home should reconsider and rethink their website design to appeal to the user group they hope to market to.